So today, finally gonna crank over the motor. Usually what some people do is go ahead and take off the fuel pump relay. But what I went ahead and did, just took off since the bed is off, I could just take off the harness connector that goes to the fuel sending unit. So basically doesn't send fuel. And also for spark, I just took off the spark plugs. I don't even have the coil packs in. Or the plugs. So no spark plug, no plugs. I went ahead and do WD-40 in the motor because it has been sitting for a long time. I mean, the motor has been sitting in the truck for the last 8 months, I would say. So I just put some WD-40 in it earlier, let it soak in. And the reason why you want to crank it is so that oil could shoot up to the push rods in the oil pan and get into the lifters. So I'm gonna just crank it over a few times, turn it off, let the starter cool off, crank it on again. Then turn it off, let the starter cool off, and obviously it will be pretty loud. It is kind of late, 10 o'clock, but I'm gonna send it. After that, if everything's working, I still have to just touch the negative. I did hear the relays go off earlier, so that's good. So I just connect everything and hope for the best. Obviously, when it's done running, then I'll go ahead and show you a video where I wired everything too. Hey y'all, so after been sitting for a whole year, check the battery, it's dead. So there's a certain word for this, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it, but it is blue balls. So it is what it is. Gotta charge the battery tomorrow after work, which it'll take 3 hours. So then it'll be Tuesday when I start it up. It does crank though, quick. So that whining that I heard earlier was just because I let the AC on, because it was last summer when it was still driving. So I turn off the AC, that whining noise went away, and all it does turns over, the dash turns over, even the shift indicator lamp works. So and the voltage still works, oil pressure went all the way, so when I turn it, it clicks, so it's not getting enough voltage to the starter. So gotta charge the battery. Alright y'all, I went ahead and got the battery charged, I went ahead and threw in the belt, so let's hope it cranks over. All right, y'all. I'm about to report to y'all. It caught on fire, and I'm already looking at it. The gas started spewing out there when I tried to start it up and burn everything. So, yep, my stupid ass was gonna turn it on. I connected this. Came back over here. It was sending gas. And I left this connected here instead of disconnecting it, and the spark was coming out here and then lighted up. So don't do what I did. Alright y'all, so it did catch on fire, and it caught on fire because braided fuel hose I got at the junkyard, and then I'll tighten it all the way. And since it's not tightened all the way, the fuel pump is sending fuel, and it came out the fittings. And I left the plug in for the coil packs. It has a little harness and has a big plug. I left that connected too, like an idiot. So the coil packs will still spark, and the spark with fuel ignited cause a flame. We'll show y'all what I'm talking about. It's this plug here. It was connected, and these would still spark. And it caught the loom on fire here. It looks bad, y'all, but I already checked every single wire I went through the past hour, and it's all good, surprisingly. So, and I went and checked the dash, all the sensors work and everything. I use a voltmeter, they all work as they should. So loom caught on fire. Luckily we put it out just in time. So yeah, and the way I tested it out was my stupid self too left the plug for the fuel pump. So I disconnected it and I turned it over, and I saw spark. I saw spark from here because I turned off all the lights and I saw spark. I was like, oh, that's what happened. So I went ahead and unplugged that, and it does turn over freely. No fuel, no spark. So yeah, do what I did. Just unplug this, unplug the fuel pump, or you can unplug it here, but I just unplug the fuel pump. That's 100% more than that. So yeah, now I'm gonna wait on Moses, because Moses is gonna come over and help me out, tighten up all the fittings. So he's more mechanical savvy, I'm more construction savvy. Yeah, wait for Moses. All right, y'all, went ahead and plugged in all the fuel lines and everything. I tightened all the fuel lines back, went ahead and turned it over, make sure that there's no gas coming out of the fuel lines. When I hooked it up the fuel sender, no fuel's coming out, doesn't smell like gas. I double checked everywhere. I put this on top just in case, maybe there's pressure, I don't know, but it's all good. And then I went ahead and put in the spark plugs, put in the spark plug wires, and then I went ahead and connected it. And that's about it. I went ahead and put in loom on this exposed wire. That's the only exposed wire, which is for the tachometer. So yeah, hope for the best. I'm gonna wait for my girlfriend and my mom to come out here, just in case if it catches on fire again, they could throw a bucket of water. And then just in case the motor's still running, I'm come over here. There's no screws on the connecting to the computer, so I'll pull that. And if that doesn't work, take off the negative terminal, and that doesn't work, come over here with the rag and cover this up, because there's no air going into the motor or cut off. So there's 3 different ways. Hope for the best, y'all. ¿Listo?
¿Va a prender? Yeah, no fire.
Alright, y'all, it's a new day today. Just got off of work. I went in and plugged in the battery, plugged in the fuel pump, and I'm going to start it up and let it warm up this time. Alright, y'all, I figured out one problem. There's air gaps all through here, so I do need to do something with this intake setup I do have. I can just hear it trying to suck for air and it's just not going. Also, let's see what else do I have going on. I forgot to delete the rear O2 sensors on the computer, so obviously I need to, when I get the 4 exhaust, that should help it a little bit. And I also have a water leakage somewhere, coolant leak, and I believe it's the thermostat. There it is. Should be an easy fix. Thank y'all for watching.